different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe, Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at?
Always going in, never doubted. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. We the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system. This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you for the next hour to an hour and a half. You can always leave me a voicemail, 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and my last name is spelled H-O-P-P-E. And you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if this is your first time listening to the show, hi, my name is Ryan Hoppe, and I am the host of this nationally syndicated radio show. We are heard in 7 terrestrial radio markets and 10 platforms altogether. On this show, we talk about celebrity news, we talk about dating, sex, everything going on in the world, and then we play throwback hits from the 2000s. We got a huge, and I mean huge, response from all the free publicity I've been getting from trolls online. And a lot of radio shows, whenever they read messages they only read the positive emails. And a lot of times, I think those emails are just pre-written by their staff. Here on Hoppe Hour, we're genuine. We don't do fake radio, like fake prank calls, fake War of the Roses, fake second date update. No. This show is as genuine as it comes.
It's time for Hoppe's Inbox, only on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
So I've been getting into a little bit of podcasting war, I guess you could call it, with a few shows online that I called out. And we got a great response from some of their troll fans. I love it. First one here was the funniest one that I've gotten so far. So obviously, I don't have the most traditional radio voice. I'm not exactly Ryan Seacrest. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that over the last, I say, 12 years, I've gone to speech classes, and I've pretty much fixed my radio voice. All right, enough of this music. Just a little more. Let's get pumped up before we read some comments from trolls. All right, this comment comes from Johnny Rico, who has an anonymous profile in his picture. I love trolls. It used to really bother me. It used to really eat me up inside, but you got to laugh at it. Wow. This is from him. How did a dude who sounds like a day drunk, who suffered a stroke, not achieve more success? You're low IQ, bro. You're rehashing Zumach's jokes about Carl and Rochester. Pathetic. I used to have a drinking problem in the 2010s, so maybe it carried over into the 2020s. I did not have a stroke. I'm just kidding. I was pretending I was having a stroke. Watch me have one in 5 hours. That will be bad karma. And my IQ is 97. I took a test on Rover's Morning Glory. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm not a dummy. And finally, I was making fun of the city of Rochester because they have food that's called garbage plates and whatnot. And the guy saying I'm rehashing the thoughts of Chad Zumock. Chad Zumock's not the first one to make fun of awful podcasts or the city of Rochester. It wasn't like he's the first one to do it and I copied it. You know what I'm saying? Next comment from Ben Shedder, who lives in Cleveland. Rover should have kept you around. Yeah, I think it was pretty dumb of him to fire me, but at the same time, I don't think my liver could have handled living in Cleveland. When I tell you that I drank so much beer in the 4 months that I lived in Cleveland, I am being genuine. I don't remember any of my weekends in Cleveland. I was just drinking beer over and over again. I was going absolutely nuts. It's like, yo, bartender, give me another Bud Light and a Red Bull and vodka, literally liquid cocaine. The city of Cleveland is not a bad city if it had good weather. But oh my God, that city, when I tell you it turns up, you have a hangover the next day. Next comment we got here on Hoppe's inbox. Here's what I love. I'm being genuine. A lot of podcasts and radio shows, they won't announce their numbers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one knows how many listeners Howard Stern has or Adam Carolla or whatever. I'm honest about it. I could easily pay for a service. I've seen this with podcasts in St. Pete. They will literally pay for a service to give them 9,000 views in a day. And I worked on a podcast like 8 years ago that was getting comments. Hey, this is Joseph from Portugal. This is when Facebook Live was in its prime. I like your show. And it was all spam comments. I put my show out there. Some videos have 0 views. The thing is, I do well in my podcast space, but on YouTube, I don't show my face. I don't film my show. So it's not going to translate yet into views like other podcasts. And also, I talk about celebrity news. This one guy goes, 17 hours, 5 views. You're killing it, Ryan. Killing it. Thank you, Bob. 696. I totally appreciate it. Another guy goes, Ryan who? I love it. I'm very curious where this online trolling will go. Because I am very much into the law of attraction, and I know trolls and unhappy people don't really believe in the book, The Secret, or anything like that because they're negative losers. But I'm very big on that. So I just give every comment a heart. I don't respond. When you respond, you're giving them power. So I've been to war with other radio shows, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm very curious to see if these other shows will keep talking about me or if they will realize that I'm just killing them with kindness. Oh, man, I look at this on Twitter, and we will get to this. It says here that watching Swifties learn about basic football is rather funny. And it's a picture of Travis Kelce frowning, and a Swiftie goes, I truly believe they are fading out because they don't know how much time they have left, and they are using their younger players more. It's literally the worst. My heart breaks for him. He wants his team to win, but he wants to know that he's contributing. It is very funny to see all these Swifties getting into football. It's a little nauseating, and I'm not saying it in a sexist manner. It's more just like, honestly, it's making the NFL more into a reality show than it needs to be. I think about the NFL with Peyton Manning, with Drew Brees and Tom Brady, and that was the awesome era. Now you got the Washington Commanders making the Cincinnati Bengals go 0-3. I love me some Joe Burrow because he's got that BDE. He's got that big D energy. I love that guy. And also, I like scumbag cities. I like cities that don't have a chance. And the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. I mean, have you been there? Any city that is on the border of, let's say, Kentucky, yeah, you got a lot popping. Have you been to Kentucky? Kentucky is a very unique place. But the NFL this year, yeah, the ratings are up. And the revenue's up. And that's all Roger Goodell cares about. But we need to discuss the fact that the product has not been very good. One has to wonder if that's because Tom Brady's no longer in the league. And that's all the sports analysis you'll get from me, because I tried sports radio and it was not for me.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Just tripping on the love I had yesterday. And time passes by me day by day.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by the best kava and kratom around. Mitra 9, MITRA-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. I got my Mitra 9 kava can right in front of me. You hear that? Let me take a quick sip. Oh, yeah. If you're looking for an alternative to alcohol, kava and kratom is the way to go. Go to mitra-9.com and at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. It's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around. It comes in a lollipop. Lick the lollipop, the wrapper. It comes in honey sticks or a jar of honey. All different ways to get you high. For all the info, dzbzhoney.com and at checkout, use keyword Hoppe. We're gonna come back on Happy Hour and get into some celebrity trash right after this.
And now something completely different.
Happy Hour.
Hey, this is Lex from the Lex and Terry Radio Network, and we're here to tell you most of the young broadcasters suck. This one doesn't. Ryan Hoppe. Now, back to the Happy Hour.
What everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Wake up to the beat, y'all. Hoppe in the morning show. Ryan's got the heat, podcast radio, go. Syndicated wave, so tune in, catch the flow. Happy Hour's the blaze, yo. Every morning, go, go, go. Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe. Every morning, feeling so fly. Wakes you up like a cup of coffee. Tune in, never say goodbye. Laughs and talks, vibes so high. Ryan's got the sound. Catch the buzz, we don't lie. Morning gold all around.
Oh, yeah.
Get your day upgraded.
Yeah.
Ryan's got the juice.
Got it.
Word is so late. Time, let it loose. Happy Hour with Ryan.
856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. All right, let's get back to making fun of these imbecile celebrities right now.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Oh, yeah, I saw this headline. Oh, no. Florida's getting another hurricane.
We're going to begin with Florida, bracing for what could become a major hurricane. Dozens of counties already declared a state of emergency.
You know, when the news came out about a potential hurricane in Florida, you know, the Weather Channel, they're like, yes, this is our Super Bowl.
You know, tracking the storm.
Like, for example, here in Florida, they had a tracker for the local weatherman that's famous, and it was like, let's say May 27th, and it was like a ticker, and it was like 4 days, 9 hours, and 20 seconds until hurricane season. I'm like, it's not really something you should be applauding.
We're going to begin with Florida, bracing for what could become a major hurricane. Dozens of counties already declared a state of emergency. Ginger, you know, tracking the storm for us. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. So while Florida will take the brunt of the initial storm, I want Georgia, southern Appalachia to pay attention too, because we've got a lot of impacts that will be widespread. We'll start with where it is. It's now in the Caribbean, just west of the Cayman Islands. It's a low pressure system, but it
That's not good, man, that it's in the Caribbean, man.
Should soon become Hurricane Helene, and then it will make its way through the Gulf. By Thursday evening, it looks like the Big Bend of Florida takes the landfall. Somewhere in there, that cone, remember, it can go anywhere from basically Tallahassee to Tampa.
Yeah, it's going to hit us in Tampa. Hopefully not. I don't believe in God. I think when you are dead, that is absolutely it. But I'm going to do a quick prayer. Dear God that I don't believe in, please don't hit Tampa. There is a rumor that there is an ancient burial ground in Ybor City, which is like our New Orleans, only trashier, which is saying a lot. And there's skeletons that keep us safe. Whatever it is, please keep us safe, dear God. The only thing I'm actually worried about is the flooding. Because the way St. Petersburg was built, it was like whenever they built it in the 50s, they were like, oh, it never rains here. Let's just make the roads really small. Oh, thank God, St. Petersburg, Florida, where there's all this rain. Thank God they're putting so much money into a baseball team's new stadium that no one cares about and not actually trying to fix the flooding. Politicians are the absolute worst.
At this point with confidence in time. That's why we have hurricane watches, really, from Tallahassee through Cedar Key, down to Crystal River, Tampa, Sarasota even. But those tropical storm watches, because water piles ahead of this, go all the way down to Key West.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go to my friend's house in Tampa during it because my parking lot and my apartment floods and I don't really feel like losing my car. I almost lost my car during the hurricane 7 weeks ago when I went down the road that had water and I couldn't see ahead of it, but I was able to go turn right onto a residential street. And I like having a car. I don't really want to lose it.
Naples, Fort Myers included, because the surge piles up. I've been there for many storms that are not even as strong, and you can get major flooding, especially on those kind of barrier islands. So keep an eye on 2 to 5 feet there on the southern end, 4 to 8 feet included there for Tampa Bay. So all of those Clearwater, all those beaches, and then 10 to 15 feet where the bulk of that eye wall will go in. That's Thursday night when the worst of it will be coming through.
I have a balcony that overlooks the pool. It's probably my greatest accomplishment in life is having a nice studio apartment that overlooks the pool in my apartment. And the screen, there was like a hole in it. And I called maintenance. This is a reason why I'm never going to own a house is because I can go on my app for my apartment and get the maintenance to give me like whatever I need to fix the toilet because I'm not very manly when it comes to fixing anything. And there was a little hole in the screen and it was putting water on my balcony. And I am very grateful that I said something because I'd be screwed.
Flash flooding, tornadoes, and of course, big wind. But look at how far the significant flash flood threat goes. It's not just going to be the rain, 3 to 6 inches widespread, up to 8, 10 into southern Appalachia that could cause major problems, but wind. The wind takes...
Yeah, wind's a pretty big deal, especially when you're driving in it. I love, though, like the whole country makes fun of Florida, and deservedly so. But when Hurricane Irma happened 7 years ago with my ex-fiance, I drove 24 hours to Chicago and then missed Mike Kelta's cruise because I couldn't drive through Georgia and it was shut down. And he got all that. I mean, like, you're a little punk-ass bitch pussy. So ever since then, not because I need his approval, but I don't leave Florida. And everybody was like, yo, don't leave Florida. Don't leave Florida. And in the moment, I was like, oh, I got to go leave Florida. I'm telling you, you just ride it out when you're in Florida.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
A man arrested after a confrontation near Donald Trump's golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida, is now likely to be charged with trying to assassinate the former president.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can despise Donald Trump all you want. There's a lot of things to despise about him. He's not a very likable guy. And anybody who's Republican, who thinks he's likable, blah, 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 you're a sheep. You're falling for the propaganda. He literally has hung out with Epstein, Weinstein, and Diddy. But just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean you can assassinate him. And I'm hearing so many liberals that are going, oh my God, too bad the bullet didn't hit him. It's like, that is such bad karma.
At a court hearing yesterday, a judge ordered Ryan Ruth to be held without bail.
If you look at this guy's eyes, he is not all there.
After prosecutors revealed what seemed to be a handwritten confession. Our Scott McFarlane has more.
To convince a judge to hold Ryan Ruth in jail, new details were revealed in court Monday. Prosecutors argued Ruth brandished this gun with 11 rounds, including one in the chamber. They say a Secret Service agent spotted Ruth's face, then the gun barrel in the bushes near the 6th hole of Trump's South Florida golf course.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. I'm glad they didn't have the DEI hires from Jill Biden whenever he was on the golf course, because Donald Trump almost died at that rally 2 months ago, and that's all because Jill Biden was like, we need out-of-shape females to save this person we don't like. Mm-hmm.
And opened fire when Ruth's gun moved.
He made swift decisions and took a swift action to be able to mitigate that. No shot was fired at the former president.
When police later caught Ruth, the feds say they found 6 cell phones, 2 additional license plates, a passport, and directions to Mexico.
Yeah, the thing is, if you have more than one cell phone, you're either cheating on your wife or you're a drug dealer or a sketchy person.
The car. Months earlier, Ruth allegedly left a box with a friend who discovered a handwritten note after Ruth's arrest, which said, "Dear world, this was an assassination attempt."
I love when we always hear after the fact about all these things that happened, if it's a school shooter or an assassination attempt, and it's like, why didn't anybody turn them in then?
Why was it necessary to put that handwritten note allegedly written by the defendant in public?
The federal prosecutors have to persuade the judge to keep this man detained and incarcerated until trial. And it's not enough for them to say, we think that he was trying to assassinate Donald Trump. They actually have to introduce evidence that...
Yeah, when he's getting pulled over, they're showing footage from the dash cam of the cops. He's like taking off his shirt. It's like, bro, no one wants to see that.
Shows what he was trying to do.
Prosecutors also allege Ruth had handwritten notes on Trump's summer schedule and that cell phone records showed Ruth near Mar-a-Lago multiple times from mid-August to mid-September.
Here's the weird part is like, I don't like Donald Trump and I love saying her name wrong, Kamala Harris. And I'm not voting. I talk about it on the show because it's news and I make fun of them because I make fun of the rich and elite on this show. But I don't go through my life thinking about it. But there's people that have literally the Trump derangement syndrome where that's all you talk about. And it's like, if you don't like the guy, don't talk about him. It's absolutely positively fascinating how many people will talk about him all day long. Mm-hmm.
For now, it's a firearms case. It will not be so for long. Within weeks, the federal prosecutors will expand the list of charges.
Ruth is expected back in federal court in Florida on Monday to be formally arraigned. In the meantime, Congress is preparing to pass another $200 million.
All right, I don't care about Congress. I love the son of that guy was like, my dad's not crazy. It's like, no, he is the definition of crazy. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Joe Biden, and this is from Daily Mail, Joe Biden, 81, complains his staff doesn't let him do what he wants before ignoring their orders and inviting school kids on stage. Joe Biden wanting to be around kids, that never, ever happens. That is the undiscussed thing in the liberal party. The undiscussed thing in the Republican Party is Donald Trump hanging out with pedophiles, and having sex with Laura Loomer, allegedly. But Joe Biden loving to be around kids, a little weird. And then liberals will go, well, he lost his son or daughter years ago. That doesn't mean you want to be around kids. Joe Biden flexed his authority Monday and overruled his team on stage directions for a White House photo op. Biden, who is overseeing a military buildup in the Middle East amid rising tensions there, remarked Monday about how his aides sometimes try to fence him in, but called inaudible during a lighthearted event with Gotham FC at the White House. It was the first ever White House event with the winner of the National Women's Soccer League, which that's a good thing. I'm glad that women's sports is getting attention. Here's what Biden said. I thought when I got to be president, I get to do things that I want to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do. The crowd chuckle turns to coos when he announces his decision. Anyway, all the young women, all the young kids out here, come on up and do this with me. That sounds weird. He said, exercising his authority and enjoying the opportunity to have a few liberties now that he is no longer his party's candidate for re-election and also loves being around kids. I added that part. Very bizarre. It's this whole thing that he wants to be around people. It's very weird. If you ever watch a video of Joe Biden from back in the day, he was so put together. You could tell he was so coked up. He was a mini Hunter Biden. Whoa, Joe Biden being like his son? No, it's so crazy. It's like there's a saying, like father, like son. What I'm saying is back, if you watch the video, there's like a video where it shows the last 51 years of Joe Biden's life, maybe even more than 51 years. And there has definitely been like a decline. It's absolutely, positively nuts. I saw this headline here. And listen, I like watching the NFL. I don't think this has been a very exciting year, a very good year, very entertaining, but I like watching it. But there was a male NFL fan who strikes a woman during a wild brawl between Rams and 49ers supporters in LA. I don't get this whole NFL fans fighting. And there was also a video of Viking fans who were fighting as well. You're not impressing your team. If you're a Vikings fan, Sam Darnold's now like, oh, thank you for fighting in honor of us. Or Brock Purdy or Matthew Stafford, they're now like, oh, thank you guys for fighting for us. They're embarrassed. I don't get these NFL fans who feel like they have to fight for their team. It makes you look like a small D energy loser. Anybody who gets really mad over the NFL is not somebody I want to be around with. That's not a winner. Listen, the last time I got really mad about the NFL was in 2011 when the Green Bay Packers beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. And after the Super Bowl, my dad, right after Ben Roethlisberger threw the interception to Charles Woodson at the end of the game when he had a chance to win, my dad said, you have to do the dishes now. And I grabbed one of the dishes and I threw it on the ground. And that was the last time I got mad about sports because it was absolutely, positively nonsense to get mad about it. And whenever you try to reason with somebody who gets mad about sports, they look at you like you're the problem. Like, you don't get it, man. I love my Cleveland Browns or my Buffalo Bills. They mean so much to me. They're so awesome and great. And it's like, they don't know who you are. Unless you go to an autograph signing, you're never going to meet them. So you're not impressing them. They're not going, whoa, thank you for defending our honor. I'm just being honest. And that's what I do here on this show. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. This next headline is fascinating. We got Stephen Baldwin, who is Justin Bieber's father-in-law and the father of Hailey Bieber. That's how it works when you're a father-in-law. Commenting about Diddy. Because that's just what they need, is to have a Baldwin make it about themselves. A Baldwin making it about themselves? That never happens.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
You have heard the expression, the calm before the storm. There is always a calm before the storm, but then so is there another.
Why does every Baldwin have to talk like this?
Calm after the storm. There's a calm and then a storm and then another calm. And in that latter calm is the preparation for
Yeah, I see why Hailey Bieber hasn't really shown her new kid to her father. This guy's weird.
the next storm.
I'm not saying you're a failed actor because you've made it pretty far, but let's be honest here real quick, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Nobody has talked about Stephen Baldwin, so you literally need to talk about your daughter's husband for attention. Here's this disturbing video. I've already seen it, but I want to share it with you guys. Here is Diddy talking with young Justin Bieber about 15, 16 years ago.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
Yeah, that sounds safe.
They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's parents letting him hang out with Diddy for 2 days needs to be discussed.
But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Yeah, that sounds disturbing. Diddy being around a 15-year-old.
You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher. Please don't touch me.
Legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and yeah.
Poor Justin. Remember when everybody was mad at let's say Justin Bieber about, I don't know, 10 years ago, and he had that DUI where he was speeding in Miami? No, we get it.
Legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and yeah.
Poor Bieber.
and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Going crazy. I have math homework.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah, that's so disturbing. Now I get why Justin is the way he is. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Now, I don't watch 90 Day Fiancé. I find it to be utter trash. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I find this big ad character to be absolutely, positively fascinating. He's a little short mutant who probably listens to troll podcasts online. He just has this vibe about him. And he proposed to a fan that he didn't know after a day of knowing her at an event for 90 Day Fiancé. And he called off the engagement. But this is his fourth engagement.
Hey everybody, I'm in Northport. I'm hanging out, earning money from my foundation, but I just...
Yeah, I gotta let everybody know I have a foundation.
Wanted to give you guys a personal update. You know, love is a crazy thing, and, you know...
Just meeting somebody, you fall in love immediately, because I'm so handsome.
I did something that was impulsive. I asked this girl to marry me, and after considering, you know... It's too soon, and it's not really what I want, obviously.
No, it's what you want. It's why you did it. You've had 4 engagements. It's obviously that's what you want.
And after talking to my family,
God, can you imagine being like his aunt or brother and having to hear this nonsense on the phone? I thought she was the one. I liked the way she smiled at me.
I realized that I don't want to get married. I want to be single. So I wish her... Portia the best in life, and and I'll keep you guys updated on my status as far as where I'm going at this point. But I'm going to be single for a while, I think.
I'll be single for about 2 days, and then I'll meet another fan who will want to be with me for attention. And then I will be back engaged for the 5th time. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Bam Margera undergoing court-ordered addiction evaluation after arrest and probation violation. Bam Margera's sobriety journey is set to get back on track after authorities say he violated his probation last week. He's still locked up and has been ordered to undergo a drug and alcohol evaluation. Prosecutors tell TMZ the Jackass star appeared in a Chester County court on Monday where he faced the music over his alleged probation violation. We're told his wife was the only family member in court. Bam's lawyer, Michael T. Van Der Veen, which is very much a lawyer's name. And by the way, that lawyer's got to be making money on money. Tells us Margera is still incarcerated following his arrest and has been ordered to receive an addiction evaluation tomorrow. And he's got a really pretty girl, Bam Margera does. I don't know about the lawyer. He needs to get it together. I'm rooting for him because I've had friends that have addiction problems, and it's no joke. But it is a no good. It's crazy because you watch old clips of him on Jackass, and even when he was in his 20s, you could see that he was going to have a very tough life. Also on Hoppe Hour, Usher says, I was hacked, y'all, after he wipes out all his tweets on X. He goes, my account got hacked, and damn, y'all ran with it. See you tonight at Intuit Dome for the concert. Usher, we're not dumb. You probably had tweets and pictures and videos of you at Diddy's party from over the years. And there's services that can just wipe out your Twitter. So you were freaking out. You were going, oh no, I need to get rid of this, even though I'm sure the prosecutors already downloaded it. So coming from the guy that made a really good song called Confessions, but the song was about the fact that you had a baby outside of marriage, we don't expect moral from you. As talented as you are, let's be honest, you're pretty much a scumbag.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Now niggas know I'm from New York. Shit, I love California, yeah. From back when NWA rock the black and gray raid and shit, or some gangster shit. Niggas wasn't thinking about hoes and how maintenance the coupe with the translucent roof. I done two-tone the blues just to ride up the strip for the look on sunset. From sun up to sunset, niggas be on some pimp shit, but you already know this. If you ever know this, by the looks of me, baby, I'm holding it. I ain't telling if you ain't knowing I'm a dog. Meet me at the Mondrian. I'll be sitting out front in the back watching the Star is Born. And you ain't getting gone, at least no time soon, cause we heading over to the Viper Room to get high on whatever your heart desires. But you can start giving head while we ride sunset. Come on.
Around the sunset, go right on my dial, watch my body get so wet. Tonight's gonna be the night, being where you forget. I make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride. Take a ride up and down the sunset, go right on my dial, watch my body get so wet. Tonight's gonna be the night, baby, boy, you won't forget. I make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride.
You already know California's the mecca of hydraulics, the switches on low riders, the Dayton's on gold wires, west siders throw it up, my nigga, it's all love. I'm calling out every grip and blood in LA. Essays hit the strip on dubs, let's hit the club, my bitches and stars stripping for dubs. Mommy, what's up? Lambo doors up, when they see me they show me love. Honk the horn, pull over and roll up. The Chronic and blow dubs. Better hope it ain't no gunplay, cause Sunset Friday is Crenshaw Sundays. And I love LA like Snoop love and six tray. Where would I be without Dre to live and die in LA? All we know is low riders and sex, and what happens on Sunset stays on Sunset. Got the whole strip throwing up dubs, and since Pac died, it ain't been no California love. California love. Watch my body get so wet, and that's gonna be the night, baby. Boy, I'll make you feel good, so good. Take a ride up and down the sunset. Go right up my thigh, watch my body get so wet, and that's gonna be the night, baby. Boy, you won't forget. I'll make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride. Ghost ride your whips for the bay, just under shades. On sitting on chrome, candy painted and bottler. 6'4", 6 deuce, continentals with suicide doors. Can't help but flows when you in Los Angeles. Just learn your dress codes, B's and C's, cause it's all about the G-code. Niggas fucking these free codes, I'm being that Puerto. Niggas stacking these Legos. Bitches moving that milk no more, less than a day old. Riding down Rodeo with twins that resemble J-Lo. Uh-oh, they wanna get the lick and the pimp in the right places. I promise I'll be patient before I get to replacing the bitch. I mean, it's two of them shit. That means there's 4 lips at one time around one dick. And they doing it while we hitting the strip. In the back of the six, sunset, we riding high on it.
Happy Hour will be right back.
This following segment has been brought to you by the best pre and post workout in the game. That being Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com, and at checkout, use keyword Ryan20 to save 20% on the best pre and post workout. Also, if you live in the Tampa Bay area and you're sick and tired of getting average haircuts and you're looking for an elite, top-of-the-line barber, Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard, and that's in Tampa, over at Salon Loft. Sign up for an appointment at richkbarber.com and you'll save $10 if you mention that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour. I don't take a lot of pictures of myself or show my face during the show, but I take a picture every time I get a haircut from Rich Keeley Master Barbershop. So for all the examples, go to richkbarber.com or my social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio. This is also being brought to you by westchaseprinting.com. If you're in the Tampa Bay area and you're looking for the best printing company in all of the Bay Area, West Chase Printing Company is the best way. westchaseprinting.com. Posters, business cards, yard signs, whatever the hell you need printed up, West Chase Printing can do for you. And when you get the invoice, tell them you heard about it from Hoppe Hour for a great deal. All right, we're going to come back on Hoppe Hour and get this party going right after this.
And now, something completely different.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy? Well, now you know, and we aren't even sure why we told you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
People often argue over Android versus iPhones, but the real debate should be middle-aged Gen X morning shows versus Hoppe Hour. Guess who wins? We will let you decide. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Lex Staley with the Lex and Terry Radio Network. We are nationally syndicated, and this guy is so much better than we are. So you should get back to the Hoppe Hour.
It's time
Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
I love this song.
Ryan's tall like the sky.
Oh, sure.
6'9", he's fly.
Size 18 shoes.
From Chicago to the Bay.
And a little bit of Cleveland.
In St. Pete, he'll stay.
That's where I live.
Talk of love and fame.
Oh, yeah, and a little sex.
Dating life's his game.
Mm-hmm.
News on stars he spills.
Oh, sure.
With laughter filled.
Got it.
Hoppe Hour, all you need.
Uh-huh.
Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Yeah, bitch.
Ryan's got the groove. Hoppe Hour makes you move.
Here comes the best part.
A cat by his side.
Meow.
In Florida they reside.
And coming up next, you'll never know what we'll talk about.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
I can really get down to this music from Entertainment Tonight.
Justin Bieber's got more on his mind than Diddy's arrest.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of memories are coming back to him.
A source telling ET the new dad's energy is going towards wife Haley and son Jack. And he's not focused on what is going on with Diddy or the allegations against him.
I'm sure he's more of a victim than an associate if they were to look into him at their freak-off parties.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
Yeah.
The inside.
I love hearing a Caucasian guy go, freak-offs.
Which he called freak-offs.
Freak-offs.
The insider info coming after footage of Diddy and Justin resurfaced on social media.
Yeah.
Videos showed the disgraced media mogul alongside teenage Justin, with online sleuths speculating if, at the time, he subjected the pop star to his alleged freak-offs.
Of course he did.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Yeah.
You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to...
Yeah, we got this video of him talking about the parties. You'll be hearing about my parties. You'll be hearing about my parties. You'll be hearing about my parties because I'm Diddy. And I am the man. I am such a good guy that in about, let's say, 20 years after that video is made, I'll be screwed.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Sean Diddy Combs predicted his arrest in a haunting interview from 1999. Days after the rapper was taken into police custody in New York City and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
That's a lot of charges there.
Video of Combs from 1999 has come to light in which he appears to predict that he would one day be arrested for his elaborate parties. Combs tells Entertainment Tonight in the clip, which the outlet posts on social media, "You're going to hear about my parties. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things. Just..."
Yeah. Why would you even want to manifest that? Like, Diddy might be the dumbest sociopathic psychopath ever. You literally have it all, and you want to rape women and do stuff? You're a loser.
Because we want to have a good time. They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more.
Yeah, because they don't want to have you raping women and taking advantage of people. Sorry.
But we ain't going to stop. We're going to keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
Yeah, that sounds good. Not at all. Look out, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ashton Kutcher.
During the interview, Combs discusses the gatherings and how he was looking to, quote, bring up a different element into people's environment.
Yeah, let's get all the baby lube.
Which would help broaden their horizons. But according to him, people get intimidated. It's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. He notes that his reason for throwing the parties at the time was about breaking down racial barriers, breaking down generation barriers, and bringing together people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. And while the music mogul acknowledges that he was known for his legendary gatherings, he claims that it didn't make him feel special that they were at one time the hottest ticket in town, telling the outlet, "It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person."
Of course it does. Let me see how tall Diddy is. How tall is Diddy? 5'10". I thought he'd be shorter. I was going to say he had little man syndrome, but he's pretty tall for an average guy.
It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party. In the federal indictment obtained by E! News following his September 16th arrest, Combs is accused of having, quote, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct for decades. He pleaded not guilty to the charges of...
All right, we know that already. 856-49-HAPPY. It's 856-494-6773. This next headline I find amusing.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Blake Lively is back on Instagram.
I find Blake Lively so attractive. I first saw her in the SNL skit from like 15 years ago where she played Tiger Woods' ex-wife. Oh, she's so cute.
Blake Lively is back on Instagram.
But the fact that she's dating Ryan Reynolds and is married to him makes her less attractive.
The actress, who has remained mostly offline for the past few weeks, posted a sweet birthday tribute on Sunday to her friend and photographer, Gaia Roach, as she uploaded a selfie of herself, Guy, husband Ryan Reynolds, and photographer Anna Palma to her
they look like a bunch of Hollywood creeps.
Story, and wrote in part, Gaia Roach Appreciation Day is every day in my household, but today is his birthday. This man shows up, literally, creatively, practically, emotionally. The 37-year-old continued to celebrate her friend before concluding, my life wouldn't be what it is today without you, Guy. I love you dearly, today and always.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad Blake Lively's back on Instagram. It improves all our lives. All right, it says here, Travis Kelce told to retire by analysts and fans amid worst career stats, Taylor Swift controversy, and TV distractions. I don't know why this guy thought it was a good idea to date Taylor Swift, but here he is getting defended by his quarterback. You can say whatever you want about Jackson Mahomes sexually assaulting women from behind, or about Patrick Mahomes Sr. driving drunk all the time and getting away with DUIs, and Brittany Mahomes making it all about her and copying Taylor Swift's outfits, or Randy Mahomes bragging that she's a QB maker. But Patrick Mahomes is a classy guy.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Patrick Mahomes is defending Travis Kelce amid criticism of the tight end's NFL performance.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs quarterback is sharing insight into teammate Travis Kelce's slow start to the NFL season and emphasizes how the team continues to stand behind the tight end.
Yeah, he's like one of the greatest tight ends ever. I think he might be better than Gronk, but I prefer Gronk over him. So of course they're going to stand behind him. He's led them to championships and been a loyal player and never left the Chiefs. Dating Taylor Swift was the worst decision he could have ever made. You might as well date a Kardashian. Then you would have had the same cool haircut and not this looking like a cop in Kentucky haircut you have.
Patrick tells reporters after the Chiefs win against the Atlanta Falcons on September 22nd, quote, yeah, it's crazy because the respect factor they have for Travis is just unreal. It's well deserved. But we're calling a lot of plays for Travis, and it's like 2 or 3 people are going to him.
Whoa, it's almost like that's how football works.
Patrick continues, he understands. I think that's the great thing about him. He wants to make an impact on the game, but he wants to win at the end of the day. I'm going to try to keep doing my best to keep feeding him the ball whenever he's there, whenever he's open.
This Sunday they are playing the Chargers, which that's going to be an interesting game. Here's why. If Herbert plays, that's going to be a competitive game, and I hope it's a shootout. We need a really good NFL game because all these games have been average. But that could be a game where Travis Kelce hears all the haters talking their smack. He goes, hey, I'm here.
Patrick also notes that because the opposing teams are focused on covering Travis, it leaves other Chiefs players open.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And although the Kansas City team has won all 3 of their games so far, the first 2 of which his girlfriend Taylor Swift attended, Travis did see a dip in his averages, according to NBC Sports.
It was just a weird vibe because Taylor didn't go to the game, and some news sites were saying she skipped the game, and then sites like Black Sports Online with Robert Little that get the inside scoop were kind of saying that she didn't want to go to the game. So there's like the whole thing of, does she want to not go to the game or could she not go to the game? But either way, she's not at the game. Even though they win, Travis looks grumpy. It was not a good Sunday. Any given Sunday.
Meanwhile, Travis previously shares that he's not upset about his track record this season.
Oh, really? Of course he's going to say that.
At the time, he tells brother Jason Kelsey on the September 18th episode of their New Heights podcast, quote, "For whatever reason, these past 2 games, it hasn't gone that way for me.
I got the Taylor curse.
That's football, man. I'm not about to sit here and get frustrated about it. I used to get really, really pissed off and almost lose my cool."
Almost lose your cool. You shoved your coach in the Super Bowl. His narcissism is showing his lack of self-awareness.
From not having that success, knowing that I demand that out of myself.
Yeah.
He continues, "I think moving forward is just, how can I be better in those moments? What's the issue? Am I not playing on my route fast enough?"
All right. If you want to hear more sports talk, you can go to any of the other outlets. But we're going to move on. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Today and duh.
Happy Hot Topic!
We turn now to the new FTC report saying social media companies, including Meta, YouTube, and TikTok,
I hate how they call it Meta. It's Facebook.
Are surveilling users, including children. Elizabeth Schulze is tracking the latest for us on that. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. This new government report accuses popular social media apps like Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube of vast surveillance of their users.
You don't have to call them popular social media websites because we know that they are. Like, what's not a popular social media website? Do you know what I'm saying? There's only like 4 of them. Does that make sense?
Users, including kids and teens. The report from the Federal Trade Commission claims that those companies collect troves of personal information, not just from their apps, but from your activity across the internet. Like if you're married, your income bracket, in some cases, your health conditions.
Just realize, everybody out there, that all your info is online.
And that data can then be used for targeted advertising. In a statement, Google, which owns YouTube, says it has the strictest privacy policies in the industry, never sells people's personal information, and doesn't show personalized ads based on sensitive information.
Even though if you Google someone's name, you could pretty much find their address. But no, we didn't do anything. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, as everybody knows, I am not going to be voting. I know that pisses off a lot of people, but I just don't want to vote for Kamala Harris because I would vote liberal. But this video from J.D. Vance, what a loser. I don't think Trump's going to ever talk to him if they don't win the election ever again.
Happy Hot Topic!
He was lying about the cost of groceries.
All right, guys. Now here, I'm going to talk for like 3 minutes. Can you guys act like old kids for 3 minutes? Not going crazy? All right. First of all, it is wonderful to be here. Miss Ale and Angelica, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for your incredible business, and thanks for being great leaders here in the community. It's a great place, and we're thrilled to be here.
All right, kiss their ass a little more, you dumb politician.
I do think, unfortunately, look at the prices here. Things are way too expensive. And they're way too expensive because of Kamala Harris's policies. I mean, look, guess what? You want some eggs? Let's talk about eggs, because these guys actually eat about 14 eggs every single morning.
That's a lot.
Is that right? Yeah. Whoa. We'll be careful about this. Eggs, when Kamala Harris took office, were short of $1.50 a dozen. Now a dozen eggs will cost you around $4 thanks to Kamala Harris's inflationary policies. Pennsylvania actually has seen some of the worst grocery price increases of the entire nation. And again, it's because she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act. I think we want Pennsylvanians to be able to afford groceries. We want our young families to be able to buy food at a reasonable price at the grocery store. And the only way to do that is to get back to common sense economic policies and fire Kamala Harris.
He has such right-wing voice. You know what I'm saying? He talks like that proper conservative. I'm smarter than you.
This is a person who's presided over $1,000 increase in monthly expenses. Just to afford the same life you could have afforded 3.5 years ago, it costs you over $1,000 a month here in Pennsylvania. We can do so much better. We certainly will. And as the father of a couple of kids who eat a whole lot, we certainly need to do better for the next generation. God bless you guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Russell.
I don't think we're by 24 eggs.
He was claiming that the eggs were $4 a dozen, but they were actually $2.99 a dozen. Whoa, a politician lying? That never, ever happens. This next guy could be a politician because he's such a scumbag.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
I've recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Did you return the welfare money, Brett Favre?
Former Green Bay Packers quarterback Brett Favre reveals his Parkinson's diagnosis while speaking in Congress. Parkinson's disease is a condition that causes deterioration in the brain and affects
he's probably got bad CTE too.
Motor skills, according to the Parkinson's Foundation. Stunning revelation came as the Football Hall of Famer testifies before the House Ways and Means Committee. The 54-year-old is being sued by the state of Mississippi over how he came into money from the federal temporary assistance for needy families or...
Yeah, like every football player is going to have issues because of their hard job. But he's just doing this for sympathy because he wants people to not know about the welfare money.
TANF program. A state auditor is accusing the former footballer of improperly receiving program money for speaking engagements that he never made. He's also accused of using his ties with former Governor Phil Bryant to lobby for TANF funds to go to a new volleyball facility at his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi.
Scumbag.
I wanted to help my alma mater.
My alma mater. I talk in that Southern accent.
Benefit the community. Southern Miss introduced me to the nonprofit to see if they could help with the funding. I had no way of knowing that there was anything wrong with how the state funded the project, especially since it was publicly approved by many state agencies and multiple attorneys, including the Attorney General.
That means that you're an idiot then. If you don't know where the money's going, then that means you're just doing it for clout.
Sadly, I also lost an investment in a company that I believed was developing a breakthrough concussion drug I thought would help others. And I'm sure you'll understand why it's too late for me because I've recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Oh, poor baby.
This is also a cause dear to my heart. Recently, the doctor running the company pleaded guilty to taking TANF money for his own use.
While speaking to Congress, Brett says he was unaware he was receiving welfare funds.
Oh, that's true. We really believe you, bro. If that's the case, then you're an idiot. And I mean, most football players are idiots, so I believe it.
I believe that I got swept up in a civil lawsuit at the instigation of State Auditor Shad White, an ambitious public official who decided to tarnish my reputation to try to advance his own political career.
Yeah, I would say your reputation was tarnished when you sent that D picture to Jen Sturger 16 years ago.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Or how you threw an interception every time your team needed you to win. Now, in high school in 2012, I graduated, and Carly Rae Jepsen's song, Call Me Maybe, was the biggest song. The fact that she's now getting engaged makes me feel old.
Carly Rae Jepsen is engaged to her boyfriend, producer Cole MGN. The Call Me Maybe singer takes to her Instagram to show off her brand new sparkler, posting...
People don't realize if you didn't graduate high school in 2012, that was a big song. Everybody in the hallway was like, call me maybe.
A photo of her and Cole together with the caption, quote, very engaged over here.
Yeah.
According to People, Carly first made her relationship Instagram official in November 2022, and they first crossed paths while working on a music collab for her album, The Loveliest Time. Carly also describes one of the album's songs, So Right, as their meet cute.
It's going to be very interesting to see where this relationship goes because she's essentially dating someone that she worked with. Either it'll be love forever or a bitter divorce.
She tells the outlet that she wanted to be careful about posting her relationship on social media, but also wanted to share their journey. She says, quote, I'm careful about posting about the relationship because it's something that I want to protect and keep for myself.
That's a good idea.
But at the same time, it's fun to show the development of something when you're really excited about it, and I'm definitely very excited about him.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Probably lays the pipe.
We've done lots of things, but nothing for release, just for the joy of making.
The sex is the release.
But in June 2023, the two-time Grammy Award nominee shares a visualizer on Instagram for her song Shy Boy.
I didn't even know she made new music. I got to check it out after the show. I would play it, but we have copyright issues here.
Featuring footage of herself and Cole, who previously worked with acts like Snoop Dogg, Beck, and Anderson .Paak.
All right, I have the saying, if I'm bored, you're bored. So she is getting married and everything's dandy. 856-49-HAPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Now, anybody that listens to my show knows that I love older women. I love me a cougar. Mm-hmm. Cougars are the amazing part of life. And up next on Hoppe Hour, we will talk about everyone's favorite cougar, the one and only Madonna.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
Kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Addicted! Mikey Dangerous. You know it's an Urban Heat production. Yeah. Yeah. All my sexy body ladies, my babies. Now is the time for you to let loose and get crazy.
You lit my fire.
Come on.
Baby, don't you stop now.
Keep it burning.
Let me hear you scream. My little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off me out. Let me show you how we play my little game. Got my girls and me looking fly. Take a night out, we out the door. As I pulled up to the club, saw you there, damn, you're hard to ignore. The party jumping, you're on the floor. Let me put your hands where I want them more. As I move with you, I can't deny it. I want you badly, baby, we on fire. No, come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way on now. Take them clothes off me out. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down. Seen you around here once before. Turn my head to your heart to ignore. Got me thinking, I approach ya. Give you my number to give me a call. It's you here now, I hear your voice. Asking me what I wear and take it off. I'm wondering if you're coming over, so we can do just a little exploring. I just wanna show you what you want me to. Come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off me out. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Let me see you in the dance hall, girl, now it's on. Love the way you flex and the way you perform. Move your body. Tell no lie, girl, you body a guan. Can't wait for you dropping on me palm. Cause indeed, girl, you got me intrigued. Requesting my love, me give you what you need. Proceed. Give your loving and make you please. I make you sing songs like these. Sweet melodies, your heart and your soul you revealing. Anytime you're ready, make me know what's the dealing. Throw your wine, girl, me don't know the meaning. Tonight I'm gonna give you some of this sexual healing. Girl, you're sexy, you're so appealing. The face and the way, some me know you are the real thing. Gonna have the screaming, lots of heart breathing. So my girl, why express your feelings?
You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off me out. Let me show you how we play my little game. Oh, you lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream.
All my ladies, my baby.
Play my little
B96. A hometown hero via satellite on the Comcast couch. Kanye West live on B96. What's up, Kanye?
Oh, what up? What's good?
How are you?
Hey. Man, I love y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all energy. Thank you for supporting me. Because I have different people to call, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to call B96. Like, I really like this. So, certain morning shows, the energy. When I talk to y'all, I like talking to y'all. I like being up there.
Yeah, I like your honesty, man. We love you too. Right back.
Cool.
Listen to Eddie, Jobo, and Erica. Mornings. All your friends are doing it. Chicago's hits at hip-hop. B96.
Eddie and Jobo is one of the main reasons why I'm in radio, so I felt like playing that. Also, I want to play something for you before we get back to the content. Here is the greatest radio commercial of all time.
What? You're celebrating the new year? Grand Poobah, you're still celebrating? Oh, with incredible deals on every new 06 and 07 Mitsubishi, including the all-new 07 Outlander. That's outselling, outpricing, outseating, out everything the competition.
Oh, sure.
Plus there's 0% financing on new 06 and 07 Mitsubishi, or cashback from $1,000 to $6,000 to qualified buyers.
Yeah.
That is something to toot your horn
Oh, sure.
about. Max Madsen, you might be mad in bed, but you're not crazy.
Here it comes.
He's mad, but you'll be glad when you meet Max Madsen.
Let's go.
He's mad, he's bad. Max Madsen. Max Madsen Mitsubishi in Downers Grove, Countryside, and Aurora. Shop online at maxmadsen.com. Mitsubishi Motors, driven to thrill.
All right, here's the deal. We're going to come back on Hoppe Hour and keep this party going right after this.
He is heavily medicated, always high, allegedly, and caffeinated on energy drinks. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Lex from the Lex and Terry Radio Network. We've been around a long time, which is code for old as F. Now, back to the up-and-coming Ryan Hoppe. Hey, this is...
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Spin it down, tune in. It's Hoppe Hour show. Out of Tampa Bay where the good vibes flow. Ryan Hoppe got the scoop, hot gossip and toast. Celebrity news, dating tips, we all in the know. Hoppe Hour with Ryan is the place to be. Celebrity buzz, the love line's free.
True.
8564946773. Call up, spill your tea, live on the frequency. Talking about stars, scandals, and affairs. From Hollywood Hills to K-pop flares.
Sure.
Ryan breaks it down, no drama he spares. Get your dose of tea, listen if you dare. Hoppe Hour with Ryan is the place to be. Celebrity buzz, the love line's free. 8564946773. Call up, spill your tea, live on the frequency. Talking about stars, scandals, and affairs.
All right, enough of that. Let's get back to the content.
Happy hot topic.
I saw this next headline.
Simone Biles got tatted recently. She got the letter J on her ring finger. Any guesses what that J would stand for?
I'm guessing for her husband.
Right, yeah.
What a dumb idea. Anytime you get a tattoo based off of your loved one that's like a husband, not a good idea.
It is the smallest tattoo you have literally ever seen.
Those tattoos, that tattoo will fit.
So she's on tour right now, doing her thing, going across America. She was in Phoenix most recently. Afterwards, she stopped by a tattoo parlor. Sydney Smith was the artist, and it is very small.
On her finger?
Yeah.
Do you really need an artist for that?
Somehow it took 90 minutes to do.
That's so weird.
I think 90 seconds would have been a long time for this.
She also got Made in Heaven on the back of her neck.
Too bad heaven's not real. Moving on. 856-49-HOPPE.
Happy hot topic.
Cheryl Hines has appeared to ditch her wedding ring after news broke of her husband, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s alleged personal relationship with New York Magazine reporter Olivia Nuzzi.
She just looks like a younger version of Cheryl Hines. By the way, I love the show Curb Your Enthusiasm. I can't stand Seinfeld because that's all my dad watched, and I tried to get him into Curb, but it was too dirty for him. And whenever I watch Curb, it makes me feel like I'm Larry David. All right, enough of that.
The actress was spotted in Milan over the weekend, where her prominent silver wedding band appeared to be traded in for a different accessory. The Curb Your Enthusiasm star also celebrated her 59th birthday on September 21st in Italy without her husband, who was in Las Vegas campaigning for former President Donald Trump.
Oh, that's so worthy. You know, Donald Trump and RFK told stories of cheating on their wives.
Her daughter, Catherine, whom she shares with ex-husband Paul Young, was present at the celebrations, as was her stepdaughter, Keira Kennedy.
Oh, man, that's got to be very awkward to have your stepdaughter of the Kennedy there.
Photos from the night were posted on Instagram. On Thursday, September 19th, New York Magazine addressed the alleged relationship between their prominent political reporter and the former 2024 independent presidential candidate, as they noted she was placed on leave while a third party investigates.
Somebody who has a MAGA logo goes, let me see here, where is it? I just did the most boomer radio thing where you talk about seeing something and then you take forever to get it. BS, He met Olivia once. No one said they had a romance. She also wrote a hit piece against him. She probably hit on him and he didn't go for a total BS. There's literally text messages and pictures, dummy.
Recently, our Washington correspondent, Olivia Nuzzi, acknowledged to the magazine's editors that she had engaged in a personal relationship with a former subject relevant to the 2024 campaign while she was reporting on the campaign.
So if she's saying it, it's true, because she probably got caught and had to tell HR. Naughty girl. Everybody's talking about her almost losing her job. She lost her ex.
Violation of the magazine's standards around conflicts of interest and disclosures. The magazine said in part, adding, had the magazine been aware of this relationship, she would have not continued to cover the presidential campaign. An internal review of her published work has found no inaccuracies nor evidence of bias.
Yeah, not biased, but she definitely had sex with him.
Nuzzi, who was engaged to Politico reporter Ryan Lizza until
poor guy.
The news broke, told CNN in a statement that the relationship was never physical, but added that she should have disclosed it, saying,
duh.
Earlier this year, the nature of some communication between myself and a former reporting subject turned personal.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, I did not directly report on the subject nor use them as a source.
True.
The relationship was never physical, but should have been disclosed to prevent the appearance of a conflict.
I don't believe that it wasn't physical. Not at all.
I deeply regret not doing so immediately and apologize to those I've disappointed, especially my colleagues at New York.
You should be apologizing to your ex more than that. Doesn't matter about the job. You can get any job anyway.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
So before break, I talked about how much I love cougars.
Madonna's ex, Jenny Shimizu, is kissing and telling about their past relationship. On the new Hulu docuseries In Vogue, the 90s, the supermodel details her wild relationship with the global superstar during that time period. In the final installment of the 6-episode series, the 57-year-old who married her wife Michelle Harper in 2014 says, quote, I mean, you're not going to say no to Madonna in the 90s.
I wouldn't say no to her in 2024.
Not only was it great feeling like a high-class hooker, because really it was, you'd get a phone call like, hey, can you meet me at my Paris show? You're in Europe, right? So
she loves to sleep around.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm just finishing Prada. Right after Prada, I'll catch a plane over. And I'd go over to her hotel, to the Ritz, at like 4 a.m, have sex, and then fly back to Milan. Jenny also talked about that time in her life in her memoir released last year, saying her relationship with the 80s icon wasn't...
I wonder what body count Madonna has.
Quote, about an emotional bond. It was about taking each other to the heights of sexual ecstasy.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I was at this woman's beck and call. She even appears in a blink and you'll miss it moment in Madonna's Rain music video. Calling that time period, quote, crazy and fun, the Calvin Klein supermodel reflects on her rise as a fashion superstar and says in the docuseries, quote, there's really something heartfelt about certain moments. As she looks back at the first time she appeared on a campaign billboard for Banana Republic in New York City, she continues, quote, being Japanese and having my...
I'm realizing, I think this girl was born a man and is identifying as a girl because looks like a guy. I'm confused.
Parents going through internment camps and being gay, and to walk down the street and always get harassed in some way for 1 second seeing that campaign, it was a big statement, and I really am grateful to Calvin because he actually did something that was so positive globally.
Whatever. 856-49-HAPPY. This next woman, I can't take it all. I despise her, and she shouldn't be a mother.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
And the fact that this imbecile has kids said enough.
Anna won't be able to rest and be in peace until this court case is over with Caitlin. And I don't think any of us will be able to breathe and be at peace until this court case is over with.
Yeah.
That piece now coming to Anna Cardwell's family after Mama June Shannon won custody of her granddaughter Caitlin.
I want Caitlin to go to Eldridge.
Court docs obtained by ET show June now becoming Caitlin's legal guardian and not Anna's husband Eldridge Tony.
I wonder why the guy didn't get it. Oh, because the court always screws over guys. Why is Mama June being a mom again? She sucked the first 7 times.
Nearly a year after June's daughter and Caitlin's mother died from adrenal carcinoma.
For her, I think it was like she needed the people that were there. We still very much keep her memory alive. You would think now that you have Caitlin, you would want to be different. I do most certainly.
Caitlin's custody following her mom's death playing out on Mama June Family Crisis.
Oh, that's good. Mother of the Year keeps the kids on TV.
I mean, I am surprised that she wants Eldridge on the paperwork. Caitlin will be better off with me because there is
You literally let your kids 10 years ago be around a sex offender. But no one remembers that. Let's screw over the guy in court.
stability. But Eldridge has been in Caitlin's life since she was around 5 years old. Honestly, she needs to put this on paper.
Despite Anna's on-camera wish, seems Eldridge was never in the running to parent the 12-year-old. Anna welcomed Caitlin during a past relationship before ex Michael Cardwell became her stepdad, followed by the arrival of their now 8-year-old daughter Kylie, but Anna and Michael split in 2017.
All right. We got a few more clips here.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
This next headline is about a loser.
Also tonight, a father being held without bond. Investigators say he threatened to shoot up his son's elementary school, targeting teachers.
What a loser. You literally have to deal with all the fear of school shootings, and then you have a dad contributing this. You are an LOSER.
10 Tampa Bay's Hannah Deneen was in the courtroom as those initial charges came down. Hannah, this all started when the man's son, an elementary school student, got in trouble at school.
Yeah, because your kid's taking after you. He's a loser.
In court today, we learned that 35-year-old Esteban de Valle was on speakerphone during a meeting with school administrators regarding his son's suspension.
State of Florida versus Esteban del Valle.
Reacting to that meeting, police say he sent a threatening message to his child's mother.
Yeah, he should probably not have any custody of the kid.
I'm on my way. I'll be there and be the one to shoot up. No kids, all teachers. Think I'm playing about my son. You and they will hear me.
Oh, that's good. You're a loser.
An alarming threat reacting to his son's suspension. Today in court, the detective on the case says that suspension was also related to a threat.
Their son was in trouble with the school for a verbal threat to the school.
This is why I got a vasectomy. I don't want to have if I were to have kids, I don't want to have them around this, and I wouldn't homeschool them. Having a vasectomy was the greatest decision I've ever had. Did you know I had a vasectomy? I had a vasectomy.
He had said that he was going to do a shooting at the school. He just wasn't happy that the way that it was being handled, and I believe when I spoke to him, he felt like his son was being demonized.
Del Valle's criminal history includes domestic battery and battery against a law enforcement officer.
Father of the Year.
The judge agreed that he is a danger to our community. When at the time of his arrest, he was found in possession of ammunition after threatening to shoot up a school.
The state attorney's office fought to have him held without bond.
The state had an option. It was a discretionary motion that we filed, and we felt to keep the community, to keep this school safe,
You had to.
was the right thing to do, and we're happy that the judge agreed.
Tonight, a mother of 2 Gorey elementary students who did not wish to be identified says parents weren't told about the students' alleged threat.
If I had a kid and they were going to school, I would be freaking out until the kid got home. I don't know how parents do it. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
That came out in the hearing today of the reason the child was suspended in the first place is unbelievably unsettling.
Yeah, it's no good. 856-49-HOPPY. And then you have this going on here locally in Tampa.
Happy Hot Topic!
Right now, a former Hillsborough County deputy facing charges, accused of molesting a 12-year-old. Now investigators are looking for more possible victims. Detectives charged Pablo Rios Hernandez more than a year after serving a search warrant at his home. They say the first reported case happened in February of last year, and they have since found numerous electronic storage devices containing evidence. Investigators say he left the sheriff's office in 2019. In 2022, he served as a youth group leader at First Baptist Church of Riverview.
Here's how you fix that problem. All pedophiles, once they're found guilty, electric chair, put them to death. Bye, bitch. If you did that, then all the pedophiles that want to act up would go, I don't want to die. But we're so nice to pedophiles in the court system that it'll never go away, unfortunately.
Tick-tock, clock's a joker playing cruel pranks. Hoppy's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show, and now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine, the void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speaker, silent vibe, but coming to an end like a rollercoaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Hoppe Hour is now over.